Our search for the problem began with a walk around our city, where we tried to notice some flaws. We found a couple of them, but we were pleased that there was no waste problem among them. We noticed imperfections in the bike path that crossed the bridge dangerously. We did not miss an overgrown polder, which we could not fix because of the beavers that live there, or weak, almost non-existent social assistance to the elderly. But the most obvious problem was greenery, which is a paradox. In our town, there are enough green areas, but some of them look really chaotic. We could see them everywhere. However, we're not talking about green spaces such as parks, but about the headlong planting of trees near residential buildings.
As we know, greenery and therefore trees are an important weapon which help us fight climate change. In recent years, we have heard cities try to build green spaces to reduce the effects of climate change. Cool cities improve the health of residents and air quality and strengthen biodiversity. Of course, proper care of existing trees is also extremely important. Although cities often boast about the number of newly planted trees, fewer trees have been removed to do improper maintenance.
In consultation with the worker of the Department of Construction, Spatial Planning and Environment in the city of Lipany, we learned that in our country, however, it is not the city that is behind the problem, but its residents. In the past, the trend was to plant a tree in front of the apartment building where you move in, without any permissions and consultations. And this trend still persists, resulting in planted trees without any structure, encroaching on residential buildings and cable networks, with insufficient space for growth and sufficient nutrition. Often life-threatening situations occur, like threat to property of people and companies, which then have to be dealt with by the city.
However, the deputy mayor of Lipany informed us that the city has noticed this problem and is trying to solve it with passporting. What exactly is passpotization? It is the processing of documentation characterizing the state and development. To put it simply, mapping. The city has already mapped about 600 trees. We know where they are, supported by photos. We also know what kind of trees they are or in what health condition they are. However, the project had to be put on hold due to lack of funds.
Our idea of how to solve this problem is certainly to educate the people first. We must ensure that people are made aware of the negative consequences that negligent planting causes. We design leaflets or posters that talk about this. When we ensure that the problem does not spread further, we proceed to the continuation of paspotizácia. Since the city does not have sufficient resources to do this, we suggest that the public get involved, to include such practical lessons in which we replace wooden benches, and the general public can help by volunteering. In this way, we will take care of field work, and as for putting it into digital form, the city could, with the saved money, also employ someone with a physical handicap, which we would help even by smaller financial amount.
Historically, the name of our town is connected with the occurrence of linden in the town center. The name of the town is Hungarian is Hitas, in the German and in Latin Septemtiller. Asian Lipa, which is dominant of our town, is not one of the original Lipas, but it was planted 330 years ago. As a reminder, in 2011, it became the Tree of the Year in Slovakia, and in competition of European Tree of the Year, it placed fourth. 5 years ago, the town decided to recover the original tradition of 7 lipas, and it planted 7 lipas in the town center.